Well, good afternoon, everybody. How y'all doing? Pretty good here, and welcome to the channel. I had a subscriber recently ask me about a problem he's been having in his Tacoma, and it has to deal with the vents that are in the bed wall, I'll call it, or the back wall of the cabin of the Tacoma. And I guess he's getting some air noise back there, so loud that he had to take it into the dealership to have them troubleshoot it to see if they could repair it. So I'm going to lay down my trouble light here, which is why I have you inside, so that you can see where these vents are that I'm talking about. So let me set this up, and then I'll show you guys where they're located. Alright, I've got my light here, and hopefully you guys can see right there in the picture. Now I know it just got dark. But right there in the picture you can see a black kind of vent-like looking thing right underneath the what looks to be silver or lit up black trim work around the back window, right below where my sticker is there. If you guys can see that, let me try this a little bit. There is a black vent down there. You can just barely see the top of the vent itself right now, due to how the camera, or what the camera angle is. But there is a vent down there, and I just learned this myself recently. I guess that vent is to allow for cabin pressure equalization, I guess, when you open and close the doors in the truck. Maybe even when you put the windows down, I'm not sure. And we'll open the back door here. They're actually located, and there's one on each side. Let me turn the light on here, and we'll put the seats down. See if I can do this with one hand. There we go. Right here in the, or right behind rather, the passenger seat, right about right here, is where that vent is located. Maybe just a little bit lower, behind this plastic piece that you guys can see here. And that is supposed to, I guess, enable airflow in the cabin so that when you'd open and close the doors, it would let some of that pressure out, if you will. Otherwise, you wouldn't have equal pressure when you shut the doors, and it would make potentially opening and shutting the doors a little bit harder. You know, kind of like shutting them against a vacuum. If you guys have ever experienced that, I have in vehicles, so I know exactly what he's talking about. But recently, like I said, he took his Tacoma into the dealership, and they told him that in essence it was inherent to the vehicle and they couldn't do anything about it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set you guys up on the window. I'll put the seats forward and set you guys up on the back window right above where those vents are. And then we're going to go for a ride. We're going to see if indeed it is inherent to the vehicle, and if I get any noise in my Tacoma from doing that. So let me get you guys all set up. We'll take it out on the road and we'll see if there's any sound in there. Okay, as you guys can see, you're actually on the back window, the rear window, pointing down to the little cubby storage area behind the passenger seat, which is right behind me, so on the driver's side of the vehicle. And that should be pointing the microphone, if you will, or the camera, directly in front of where the vent is. So we're on a 30-mile-an-hour road right now. We're going to turn onto a 55-mile-an-hour road, and we're going to see if we hear any increased sound noise or wind noise as a result of that vent. So far I can say that as far as being on a 30-mile-an-hour road, I didn't really hear anything. And if it's there, it should be even more pronounced because the seat is down and it's not blocking, you know, any sound that you might have coming from there. So it should be even louder if it does indeed exist and is inherent to the Toyota Tacoma. Here we go. you guys back here in the front seat with me, you know, something better to look at. And I wanted to see if we could hear anything up here now. I was told that the noise was very loud. In other words, you shouldn't have a problem hearing it from up here in the front seat. And remember, there are 2 vents back there, so if indeed it is inherent to the Toyota Tacoma, to every truck, that's what inherent means, right? That we should be able to hear something up here, especially with 2 vents back there. Quite frankly, all I can hear is my exhaust. Now, some of you might say, well, that's why you can't hear it, because it's your exhaust. No, I don't think so, because from what I was told, again, it's very loud. And I certainly should be able to hear, you know, some wind noise coming through those seats, rather, or those vents in the back seats, if it were there. Now, I'm pretty sure that once I play this video back and have a chance to listen to what you guys are going to be seeing when I have the camera mounted back there, that I'm not going to hear anything, or at least I'm not going to hear any kind of a wind noise. So I'm pretty confident that I don't have that in my truck. Now, what's interesting is he had that truck at the dealership, and they admitted to being able to hear it. But again, brushed it off as inherent to the vehicle, and those vents are there to let air in all the time. You can't turn them off or adjust them. That's just the way they are. Now, one fix that I could think of, if it really is that annoying, would be to go ahead and put something over them. You know, the dealership could pull that trim work in the back to expose where the vents are behind the seats and put something over them. Piece of plastic, I don't know, saran wrap, anything really, to stop that wind from coming through if it is indeed that annoying to the customer. Now, the trade-off there is going to be you're not going to have that release of air or airflow to kind of alleviate the vacuum that you would have in the truck when you open and close the doors. So there would be a trade-off. Now, maybe you could cover up just one of them. I don't know. I don't know if both sides... This is a bumpy road. I don't know if both sides are making the wind noise in his truck, or if it's just one. But maybe just covering up one of those vents would alleviate that noise, or at least reduce it enough so it's not so annoying. And believe me, I have no doubt that he has the noise. No doubt whatsoever. I'm sure it exists and it's there. I just don't know why the dealership, other than a warranty claim, I don't know, would say it's inherent to the vehicle. Maybe it's inherent that there's airflow there, because indeed there are vents. I could understand that. Maybe that's what they meant. Who knows? I don't know. But I think it's safe to say that in my truck, at least, I don't have that problem. I don't have that sound. Again, even moving at, I don't know what, 20 miles an hour right now, with the exhaust pretty quiet, there's no hint of any kind of a noisy or a wind sound coming from the back seat area from those vents. So I don't know. I think he probably has a problem that is really only applying to his vehicle. Let me know, you guys out there, if you've experienced this, if you hear some kind of wind noise coming from your back seat area, if it's more common than I'm thinking it is. Maybe they forgot to put some sort of a cover or diffuser over his vents. It could happen, and that's why he's getting all that noise. You never know. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Just wanted to get on here and do a little bit of a test myself to see if I have that noise issue. Please give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to click that subscribe button. And we'll see you next time on the web. Have a good day. Bye.